Hi all, I'm Marty and welcome back to Warehouse and Operations as a Career. Today we're talking about one of the more important roles on the shipping side of things, and oddly, it's hardly ever brought up. I find myself discussing it today only because a listener wrote in that they had applied for the position and was told that they would need at least 1 year of equipment experience for the job. We're talking about the short chaser. If you've never worked in a high-volume grocery, retail, produce, or food service DC, this position may not even be on your radar. But if you have, well, you know why I mentioned it's a very important role. When a trailer is staged, sealed, and about to be dispatched or leave the yard, yet the paperwork says we're missing a case of product, there is only one person standing between our success and customer dissatisfaction: the short chaser. Today we're going to break down why the position exists, how the WMS helps drive it, some of the different types of equipment used to accomplish the task, the pressure and safety considerations, and why it's actually one of the best career-building roles in outbound operations. But then, as we've learned, in my humble opinion anyway, is that every position in the light industrial fields are great career-building opportunities. So why is the short chaser needed, or why is it such an important role? Well, in large distribution centers, outbound selection is built on speed and engineered productivity standards. The order selectors are measured by things like cases per hour, lines per hour, and maybe pallets per hour. And then you'll have their direct versus indirect time metrics and travel time efficiency. In these environments, we cannot afford to have selectors to stop and wait when a pick slot is empty. So here's what happens. A selector travels down the aisle, they scan the location, the slot is empty. The replenishment hasn't been dropped yet, or the inventory count is off for one reason or another. Instead of waiting, which would destroy productivity metrics and really delay the batch, the selector marks the item short in their RF unit and continues moving. The warehouse management system logs that short against the load. Now multiply that times 40 to 60 selectors across the shift, it adds up quick. Now you have a short list or another batch created. Once the replenishment has been made, the WMS recognizes that inventory is now available. It then creates what most operations call a short batch. This batch includes load number, trailer number, stop number, the SKU or item number, quantity shorted, slot location, and required completion time or dispatch time. The short chaser logs into their RF device and sees a prioritized list, usually sorted by the dispatch time. So this role is a little bit selection, a little bit loading, and really 100% recovery. The order selectors are pulling throughout the shift. The short chaser is, of course, running behind the original batch, gathering any missed or shorted cases. That means the short chaser operates closest to dispatch time. And in distribution, the dispatch time is sacred. If a trailer misses its dispatch window, drivers lose hours. Customer delivery windows are affected. Route sequencing breaks down. We're outside the WMS parameters. Think of it as like a manual mode. And of course, overtime increases and service levels can drop. So the short chaser works under what I like to call controlled urgency. Not chaos or panic, but controlled urgency. Now, depending on the facility, the short chaser may use several types of powered industrial equipment. In the produce or specialty world, we may be using the single electric rider pallet jack, ideal for quickly grabbing partial pallets or a few cases and delivering them directly to the dock or staging areas, for the loaders, or even running the product out to the yard and adding them to the trailer. These are fast, agile, and highly maneuverable machines. When multiple shorts are tied to the same trailer or dispatch times, The double rider pallet jack allows movement of 2 pallets at once, reducing travel time and improving efficiency. And we may even use the set-down forklift. It could be used when handling full pallets or delivering larger quantities of freight directly to trailers staged in the yard. Of course, the short chaser role requires certification and strong equipment handling skills. There is no room for unsafe operation, especially with urgency involved. I mentioned the yard. Maybe I should explain what I meant there. In many large operations, once trailers are loaded, they are pulled from dock doors and staged in the truck yard awaiting dispatch or the driver arriving. The short chaser's job can expand beyond the building. They may need to identify the correct trailer in the yard, verify trailer number and route number, confirm the stop sequence, properly load and secure the product, ensure the load stability, and communicate back to dispatch that the load is complete and ready to go. All that sounds simple, right? Think about it though. Delivering a short to the wrong trailer is worse than not delivering it at all, because now you've created 2 shortages. Again, in our environment, accuracy is critical. Let's paint a real-world scenario real quick. It's 45 minutes before dispatch. 3 trailers are staged. The short batch drops with 22 SKUs across 3 routes with 3 different dispatch times. What does a great short chaser do? They prioritize by dispatch time, our warehouse route complexity, or the possible different pick path we'll be taking. The item's difficulty are things like stackability and weight. We can't stack a 50-pound case on top of eggs. And then, of course, the yard location. They communicate early. They don't wait until 5 minutes before dispatch and say, I can't find this item. They involve replenishment or inventory control immediately. And here's where I feel the role becomes powerful for career growth. A strong short chaser begins to recognize patterns. They see certain SKUs consistently being shorted, replenishments that seem to always take longer to be made, slotting inefficiencies, mispicks during selection, and cycle count issues. They begin to understand the system says one thing, but the slot sometimes says another. This is how future inventory control specialists are born. This is how future supervisors learn to ask things like, why are we shorting this item 3 times a week? I guess I'm saying the short chaser sees things, and we should speak up and communicate. It'll only help us in our careers. Okay, I've used the word urgency several times, but it cannot override our discipline. A few of the common risks in this role include speeding through the aisles, cutting through the cross aisles, yard traffic, blind corner visibility issues, and fatigue late in the shift when people are tired. The expectation must be clear. You cannot rush safety. When short chasers perform well, our success shows with improved on-time dispatch, higher fill rates, reduced customer claims, and reduced driver wait time. Operations managers know a strong short chasing process protects revenue because incomplete deliveries damage our customer relationships. And our modern WMS platforms are becoming more advanced too. We now see real-time replenishment triggers, automated alerts for low slots. Dynamic slotting has really helped the order selector, voice-directed picking systems, and even AI forecasting. All these improvements reduce shorts, but they will never eliminate them entirely. Physical inventory and system inventory will never be perfect. There will always be human error, inventory discrepancies, slotting adjustments, and late replenishments. Here's why I believe this is one of the strongest development roles in outbound operations. The short chaser learns WMS navigation and logic, dispatch prioritization, yard operations, and why trailers are staged where they are, cross-department communication, inventory issues, and how to balance productivity. This naturally transitions into dock lead or outbound lead roles. dispatch coordinator, inventory control assignments, and even supervisor positions. The best ones share some of these common traits. Will be calm under pressure, detail-oriented, and be a strong communicator, confident and skilled on the equipment, and system literate and safety disciplined. So if you're listening today and you're working in sanitation, selection, loading, or general warehouse operations and you want to understand the bigger picture, pay attention to the short chaser role. When that trailer door closes and the seal goes on and the route leaves complete and accurate, that's not luck, that's execution. And the short chaser is often the last line of defense before that door shuts. Well, there's a bit on another great light industrial position. I hope y'all join us again next week and that each of you sends over a topic you'd like to hear a bit about. We love getting mail each week. Until then, remember to put safety first in all that you do and to never get on or touch a machine or piece of powered industrial equipment you've not been trained on and certified to operate. Y'all be safe out there.